Has Zuma responded then to the ANC's decision to recall him? We know that they've asked him to resign, but are we still waiting for him to respond?
Well, it seems as though President Jacob Zuma had a deadline that lapsed about an hour ago, over an hour ago, actually. We've not had any indication from his office, neither have we had any indication from the ANC itself as to whether Zuma has agreed to resign. As they said yesterday, that they've made an executive decision to recall him from the presidency of South Africa. We're still awaiting news on whether or not he has responded to the party on his decision to resign.
And what do we know about the role of the Guptas in this? Everybody is watching this family just as much as they're watching Jacob Zuma. These latest developments overnight moving currency markets.
Yeah, it seems as though it's not just President Jacob Zuma who's feeling the pressure from the ruling party and the government for him to step down. They seem to be really clamping down on the people that he may have thought are his closest allies. As you mentioned, the Gupta family residence being raided this morning and some arrests being made. It seems as though the government is not holding back on clamping down pressure on President Jacob Zuma to resign. We're yet to see as to whether that will happen later on today.
Yes, and so that's the path for today then, Amo. We're waiting still to see if what he says, how he responds to that resignation call. Where does this move further forward? What are you hearing?
Well, what we know right now is that the ANC's caucus in Parliament is currently meeting. They may be discussing a motion of no confidence that was scheduled to be heard next week. Opposition parties, however, have approached the National Assembly saying they want that motion of no confidence in President Jacob Zuma debated this week. One interesting factor, though, is that the Finance Minister, Malusi Gigaba, did say in an interview with CNN this morning that the ANC is ready to force President Jacob Zuma out of the presidency, even if it means voting him out through its 62% majority in Parliament. It seems as though they want President Jacob Zuma out and they want him out immediately.